What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the King of Spooks Fan Fright number 2. This is actually part 2 of that King of Spooks episode. Last time we did the witch and zombie for which is which against the werewolf, Frankenstein, and vampire, and the gypsy from the galloping gaggle of ghouls, or I always get, there's so many G's in that it always messes me up. But today we're gonna break down each one individually and find out who truly reigns supreme among Scooby-Doo's classic monsters. Now let's see who takes the crown through our 5 main factors. So instead of going to the normal, oh, this guy does better than this one and all that like we talked about last time, instead I'm gonna go with the easiest monsters to rank first and then work our way up to who I think really deserves and takes the cake as the true King of Spook or King of the Monsters in this. So yeah, let's begin. Actually, before we quickly start, I want to ask you guys, please like the video, comment down below who do you think should have won out of these 5-6 monsters, and then also subscribe to the channel. We're at 93 subscribers. We're really close to 100. I'm hoping to hit 100 before the end of this month. Would be really cool. So yeah, all right, let's start off with number 1, Frankenstein. Well, actually it's a tie between Frankenstein and Gypsy, but I think I'm still gonna say Frankenstein in the episodes, he is the most lackluster. When it comes to his fear factor, he has the size and power, but he's more brute than a ghost. We don't really see him do a bunch of stuff other than like be a brute. His design and style, it's traditional, faithful to the original from old Frankenstein's monster movie. That's pretty cool. The impact and legacy, he is not really remembered most for Scooby-Doo. I believe Frankenstein is mainly most viewed for other media. So unfortunately, it doesn't have much of a legacy in Scooby-Doo other than the fact of Franken-Creepy. I think that's the only movie I can really think that has like a Frankenstein-esque monster. They have used it a couple times recently, but it's not as much as everybody else. Story strength, we didn't get to see him that often. There is one other monster that actually is worse off in the episodes, and that is the werewolf, and we'll talk about that when we get to him. Now, next is the difficulty to catch. I don't think, if I remember the episode correctly, I don't really think they caught him. I think they caught the vampire or the gypsy. So Frankenstein really didn't get caught. He's overall a classic look, but lighter on everything. So out of a 5 rating, I want to give him a 3. Now next I'm going to say the gypsy. I think the gypsy gets beat by the werewolf at least. The fear factor, less scary, more mysterious. Her fortune-telling angle gives a really creepy vibe, and I really like that. Her design and style, colorful. I love the design of the gypsy. It's one of my favorites. I wish they'd bring it back, actually. The impact and legacy, she really, I mean, there isn't much they can do with a gypsy character. I wish they would, but they won't, so I mean, I get it. The story strength, she serves as a strong supporting mystery character, not as imposing as the main monsters, but still really cool. Like I said, I really like her. The difficulty to catch, I believe she is the one they finally caught. If I'm remembering correctly, yes, she is. So give her points for that. Overall, she's more intriguing than terrifying, so a strong honorable mention, but also kind of added addition to this whole episode, part 2. So next is the werewolf. Now, the werewolf has that fear factor. He is really scary. The first time we see him, he's howling at the moon. We get to see him actually, if you watched last episode, you get to see the trivia that I posted. I'll post it again here. But he only has like 3 scenes in the whole episode, and 2 of them, the gang don't even see him. They only see him 1 time. So when it comes to that, it's pretty alright. His design and style, I like it more than almost every other early onset werewolf we got. So that's pretty alright. His impact and legacy, I mean, we've kind of just talked about with the design and style. He is a classic monster recognition. We do get to see him a whole bunch. He's not unique, and I think a lot of the future, so we'll go into story strength here. I think a lot of the future episodes with werewolves had a lot better. Except for 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. That one wasn't a good one. Next is the difficulty to catch. They did actually catch him, but he ran away. So that's what's giving him a little bit more points than the Gypsy. Overall, it was strong on presence, slightly weaker on depth. There's always better ones out there. So the last ones we have are the zombie, the witch, and the vampire. And we are actually starting with the zombie. Now, the zombie has moans and lifeless stare, make him really, really creepy and really cool from the early show. His design and style with his tattered clothes, blue-gray skin, perfectly simple but effective. I really like it. The impact and legacy, not as famous as the witch. If you watched the last episode, there was a lot, and I mean a lot of toys for the zombie, but that's because he's a basic kind of character, so it's really easy to make a lot of toys. So it kind of surprises me that they don't do much with him even now. His story strength compared with the witch is really, really good. I love it. The whole swamp dynamic is perfect for a zombie and witch duo. His difficulty to catch was kind of alright. I do think it could have been better, but I did enjoy it. So overall, he had a strong presence and a great partner villain to the main character, the witch. Now, next we take both heads of both episodes, the witch versus the vampire, and I'm saying the vampire loses to the witch. The vampire, he's sharp, calm, chilling, one of the most menacing designs of the early lineup. Still very, very cool and very iconic. They've even made multiple references to him in future editions of the show. Perfectly gothic, cape, fangs, and piercing eyes. Vampire archetype always carries weight, and Scooby's version adds cartoon charm without losing the menace, because when we saw him up on that little, it wasn't the scaffolding, but he was above, I think it was Fred and Velma. It looks so cool, because he had his like finger up, and he was like trying to tell them like, oh dude, like stop being mystery solvers in this case. He's not the deepest, but his scenes are memorable and atmospheric. He was the quickest and elusive, harder to pin down than the average monster. That's why it turned to that's why the guy turned into the Gypsy, and eventually they caught him. So he was stylish and spooky, a balanced villain through and through. And then finally, the witch. Now, the witch is the coolest villain in the whole Fan Fright Part 2, in my opinion. Her fear factor, her magic, where she pretended to make Daphne disappear, that was really, really cool. I liked her laugh in the original series. She does embody a classic Halloween horror. Her green skin, hook nose, black hat, simple, iconic, timeless, really still love it. She's easily one of the most famous early Scooby villains. Her look has been echoed in multiple series. And her, like I said with the zombie, her story strength and the zombie story strength with the swamp, awesome. I love it. And I love the background art. I love almost everything about it. The difficulty to catch, her, same with the zombie, she kind of fell through, but it was still pretty cool. So she's a standout monster with everything a Scooby villain should have, and everything a Scooby villain should, you should love about a Scooby-Doo villain. So, alright, thank you guys for watching so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.